Okay, so hi everyone. So my name is Julia Köhlke and I'm working at Office Institute for Information Technology in Germany. And yes, so this research was conducted during a research day at the University of Massachusetts, Amherst. And yeah, it's about the adoption of electromobility concepts across social contexts. Okay, so as we already heard in other presentations, in the last year, we could see that the transportation had a really great impact in energy-related greenhouse gas emission. Of this, 40% was even estimated to be contributed by urban mobility. So we could see here that the decisions on what kind of mobility we are using has a really great impact also not only on the traffic patterns, but also on other environmental effects. So from this background, e-bike sharing has also shown a significant strike in technological progress. However, we see that there's still a lack of understanding also the acceptance of this new technology. And also we did not see how it affects or how it is used in different social contexts. And so this is where our research starts. So we wanted to see how e-bike sharing is used and also accepted in diverse social settings. And we also wanted to see how it is adopted as a new mobility concept. For this purpose, we used a UTAU model, which identifies 4 determinants of user behavior, namely the performance expectancy, the effort expectancy, the social influence, and also facilitating conditions. And here you can see the performance expectancy refers to the degree to which an individual believes that the system will help him or her to achieve a specific job performance. The effort expectancy is defined as the degree to how the technology is used, so how easily it can be used. And the social influence is the degree how the social surrounding also is using this new technology. And finally, the facilitating conditions is defined as the degree to which an individual believes that an organizational and technical infrastructure exists in the surrounding to use this system. So we can see that it's not only on a technical level, but also on a social one, which we can see here is also conceptualizing a socio-technical system. For our case study, we used data from the Valley Bike system. It's a bike sharing system in Massachusetts. And we wanted to examine here the usage and acceptance of the technology in 5 different cities, which are really different in its social context. And this initiative was privately operated, but it has also received some public subsidies. So in total, we had an investment cost of $600,000 and we also included different stakeholders here, some as well, for example, the manufacturer, local governments, and also universities that were involved here. And so it was launched in 2018 and initially had like 26 e-bike stations and 234 pedal-assisted e-bikes. So in total, we had a really massive amount of data, so from 28,000 users, and we had 370,000 trips that were collected over 5 years. So here you can see the map with the different location of the cities. So to start here, we had to see how we can use the UTAU model in a data-driven manner. So we had to see how performance expectancy can be used in a data manner. So we wanted to see what users expect from the e-bikes, and we wanted to see or analyze it in the trip frequency. The effort expectancy was seen here as the user friendliness, so how easy was the use of the effort, so how, so this was analyzed in the trip duration. And then the social influence was, collected, we combined the demographics of the census data with also the number of trips. So, and finally, the facilitating conditions was also measured by the number of trips against the promoting factors in the specific area. So here you can see the first results. So for example, for the performance expectancy, so we could see here in the upper picture that in the beginning of 2019, the frequency of repeated user increased slowly, but in over all the years, we could see that mainly the number of trips by repeated users increased very up to 250 trips, and we could also see here the effects of COVID, so there's a gap in using the technology at all. But overall, we could see that the repeated heavily users have the most trips, while new users have fewer trips. So this figure shows the effort expectancy. So we could see that the e-bike trip duration changed over the years, while, for example, in 2018, short trips started and ended mostly at the same station. Later, the shorts ended at another station. So we could see that the e-bike sharing was not only used for leisure, but also for useful errands. And we could see also that the most common trip duration was between 5 to 20 minutes. And we could also see that the usage of less than 1 minute, mostly because it was not possible to use it, also decreased over time. Also, we had a look at the social influence and the facilitating conditions. So we identified that the social influence had a main impact factor here. So we combined it with the census data. For example, the age, but also the education and also the income had an impact on the technology acceptance. So for example, Amherst and Northampton were cities with a lot of students and also higher educated. So we saw that here a lot of bike usage had been, or the bikes had been used here. And also we saw that the facilitating conditions also had an impact, as for example, the bike routes that were really good in Northampton, for example, facilitated the use of the e-bikes. So we could see that in general it has a really growth in technology adoption. So we could see that for the performance expectancy, it's particularly met by regular users and increased also over time. We could also see that the e-bikes were also used to not only do a leisure, but also for useful errands. So it could also be integrated in useful trips. But also we saw that the demographics, but also the surrounding bike path had a great influence. Coming to the conclusion, so we could see that the success of e-bike sharing as an emerging mobility concept is also dependent on the technology meeting users' expectations, but also the equally accessible to all social groups, but it also should be supported by its social surrounding and also by their facilitating conditions. So we could see that all these different factors had a great impact and were also important here. So to conclude, e-bike sharing had a really great potential to become an essential pillar here, and also not only for the growing urban ecosystem, but also as an important mobility concept. and also important for the energy transition. Yes, so that's it.
Any
Do you have
questions?
questions?
Yes, thank you for your talk. I was wondering, since you talked a lot about the adoption of this technology, do you have numbers about the percentage of the population actually using it? So is it, you've talked a lot about how much reusage there is, but how many of the people are actually using it out of all people that could possibly use it? So.
Yeah, we only had a look at the actual number of e-bikes that were used in the city. Yeah, I think we maybe had it have the numbers, but I cannot say it now.
Thanks.
But we could mainly see that, for example, in cities as like Amherst or Northampton, where a lot of students live, that yeah, a lot of people are really using it repeatedly. So, but yeah, I can tell you the number later if you want.
Any other questions? Yeah.
Thanks so much for your talk. Out of all the factors, what do you think would be most important to focus on to kind of expand e-bike usage?
I think also the social surrounding is important, like and the facilitating conditions. So yeah, people should have the same access, but also yeah, to also build these new bike paths also influence the usage. So I think mainly it's also the social surroundings that should fit so that they can really use the technology.
Thanks.
Did you maybe, in looking at related work, notice a difference in the length of trip between like non-e-bike sharing and e-bike sharing? Or is that not really investigated yet?
We had a look at, but we did not find many similar studies. So yeah, it was, I mean, the UTI-UT model was not ever used in this kind of way. We used it with quantified data. So a lot of people also use it with quality data. And yeah, so.
Okay, let's thank the speaker again.
Okay.
Thank you.